Yes, you guys, and I hope you're still feeling very excited after Lampard's appointment. Now, before I get into the video, I do want to tell you guys there will be a third video out later today. It is going to be me and Alex Goldberg. We are going to be talking about the Lampard appointment, how we feel about it, plus many more things. So expect that video to come out later today. But anyway, you guys, as you guys can see, I will be talking about Frank Lampard's first press conference. And I have to say, Frank Lampard speaks very, very well. And I do think that it is going to be quite exciting to listen to his future press conferences, because Lampard's the type of guy where when he talks, you listen. He's very educated. He knows how to express himself very well. And I think for me, that's the big major bonus, because, respect to Conte and Sarri, they had to learn the language. They did very well, but at times they couldn't fully express himself 100%. And I think with Lampard coming, I think he's the first manager since Mourinho who's going to be able to fully express himself 100%. So that's going to be a big bonus. But without wasting any more time, I'm going to be breaking down the key things that were discussed in Lampard's first press conference with us, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Now, Lampard was asked if he had the necessary experience to take over this role, and Lampard said that he's thought about this question quite a lot. He said that he's learned a lot, and his experiences working under great managers have really helped him improve his craft and really feel more confident in his managerial style. He said that he's ready to prove himself and he backs himself 100%. And I think that's the type of fighting talk that you want to hear from your manager. So respect to Frank, and I do believe him. Lampard was asked whether this was his dream job, and he said that he doesn't want to call it that. Lampard's reasonings were he doesn't want to give it a name, but he did speak about his love for the club, and he hopes to obviously perform very well and continue the good name of the club. Now, one of the serious questions that was posed to Lampard was whether he understood the club's expectations. And here's what Lampard had to say. Lampard said that he knows what he's getting himself into. He is used to the expectations placed on people that represent the club, so this is something that's not really different for him. This ain't really new. Lampard wanted to apply context though. He did bring up the variables this season that do have to be respected, and those variables were a transfer ban. Of course, he can't ideally sign any players that he'd like to. He spoke about Liverpool and Man City, implying that, they're further along in their football development. And to end answering the question, all Lampard could really say was that, he trusts his own instincts and he wants us to win and do our best, which is a very, safe answer for managers, but we have to expect that. Obviously, he was asked about life after Eden Hazard, and Lampard said that he spoke about the move being important to Eden. He understood that it was more than just an opportunity to earn more money or to get, quick short-term success. This is something that was very meaningful for Eden Hazard, so it's good to know that Lampard does respect Hazard's decision. Of course, he spoke in praise for the player. He feels that the squad and the young players do have the talent and they do have the ability to become very big players for us in the future. We all know that. Lampard knows that, and he knows that it's his job to make sure that this becomes a reality now, and he wants to actually create and develop young players to become the very best they can. Lampard was asked about how he's gonna progress the club for this season. Lampard said that he's a realist. He believes in hard work. He said it's important to grow the young players at this club. Still, speaking out to the squad, he still spoke about his plans for the senior players as well. And, that's a very smart move. I know that the focus has been on the younger players for a very good reason, because they're rarely given the opportunities. They're rarely put in that spotlight. But with recent conversations, we've forgotten that we've got a big squad. We have a lot of senior players here. And for Lampard to come in his first season, it's all about keeping that marriage happy. It's about uniting the team. It's about getting that balance right. For me personally, I'm expecting a lot of rotation for this season. I think Lampard will have 2 to 3 formations that he does use quite regularly this season. And I think that the formations will depend on the personnel playing in them. And I do feel that if he is going to rely upon more senior players, maybe he might use a different system to help get the best out of their qualities and help them acclimatise to, an attacking style of football. Is the squad deep enough for the Champions League? And Lampard said yes, very confidently. Very, very confidently. He said that we have a strong squad. And from how Lampard was talking, it was like he was trying to remind everyone, listen, we're not as bad as we're made out to be. We have senior players that we can rely upon. Their experience will be necessary. Of course, I'm going to be introducing younger players to the squad. I need to have that balance perfect. The senior players can really help the young ones acclimatise, give them advice, help them overcome things, and, balance was something that Lampard was really stressing throughout the press conference. Now, one of the serious questions that people wanted to know was whether Lampard was going to bring the bounce to Stamford Bridge. And, Lampard, being the educated, suave guy he is, he said that, listen, I'm not going to force anything. It was something that the Derby fans created. He's here now. He's not going to ask for anything. And really, it's going to be up to the fans depending on how they feel. For me, I'd hope that our fan base is a bit more original than that. Instead of just copying the bounce. Listen, that was something that Lampard and Derby fans had. Let them enjoy that. Let them keep that. We can create something new with Lampard. He's going to be here longer, hopefully longer than this spell at Derby. So yeah, you guys, Chelsea fans, wake up. Time to get those creative juices flowing. Let's find a new song for Frank Lampard. And obviously, to get more serious again, Lampard was asked whether this was the biggest challenge of his career so far. And surprisingly, Lampard was like, yes. He just owned up to it. He said yes. He was reminiscing about previous challenges he's had throughout his career. Of course, when he first signed for us, when people thought that he was overrated or not the right signing for us. Throughout his entire career, Lampard's had to overcome a lot of doubt that's been placed on him. And I think that if you're a fan that has doubts on whether Lampard is ready, if you just listen to how he talks, if you watch this video, if you even watch the press conference for yourself, you need to feel the energy coming from Lampard. And the energy is, Lampard understands the task at hand. He has the confidence. He has the belief. He knows he can do it. He knows how big things can get once everything starts firing on all cylinders. And believe in the guy. That's all I can say, really. I believe in Lampard. I know he can be a success here. And I'm really excited to see what he's going to bring. Now, journalists did ask whether the club have placed strict measures on Lampard to secure a top 4 finish. And Lampard said that the club haven't. The club don't need to, as the conversation wasn't needed in the first place. Lampard isn't stupid. He was a player here. He knows what the expectations were like. I mean, he used to face them before when he used to play for us. So I think Lampard's the last person that needs to be told or asked about, what the club's expectations are and, if he's ready to do this. Now, this next question was quite interesting. A journalist asked Lampard what his plans were for Kante, and I still find it quite crazy that so much of the British media really stuck it on Sarri for using Kante in a different role. I mean, you'd think that Kante was awful last season. He wasn't. It was one of his best seasons for us, and Lampard was very coy with his answer. Lampard was basically like, listen, I've got certain ideas on players. I've got certain ideas on how I'm going to use them. Kante's a world-class player. He's a top-class player. And basically, Lampard was just giving the fans confidence that Kante is going to be a big part of his plans. And from what I was getting from the conference, I expect Kante to be a first-team player. Now, of course, we know that Lampard joined many other former Chelsea players and getting new roles at the club. And this was really interesting. Lampard really spoke in praise of Jody Morris, saying that, not only is this guy fantastic tactically, he is going to be the new assistant first team coach. And he said that his links with the academy obviously was going to be a big bonus. And the loyalty between him and Morris is the most important thing. And you're right, we all work. When you have trust in your work colleagues, that's the most important thing. All the stress just leaves you. When you know that you can rely upon someone, when you know that someone has your back, they're going to help you through the hard times as well. What more can you ask for? Lampard did understand that, yes, there are a lot of former Chelsea players here, but he wanted to stress that, listen, even though it is Chelsea orientated, this isn't some type of boys club, you know. The guys know what they're here for. It's not about buddy. You know, these guys are here to work. These guys are here to work towards the grand scheme of things, you know, the overarching vision that we have, and that's the long term, you know. That's us wanting to become a dynasty club. That's us wanting to grow and improve and get some long-term sustainable success. And of course, you know, I feel to have all this Chelsea experience at the club is really going to help us get to that level. Lampard was asked about the challenge to the youth, and he said that, listen, even though he believes in their abilities, he believes in their talents, he's not going to patronize them. It's not going to be about getting easy places in the team. It's going to come down to hard work and whether you prove that you're good enough. And I think that's the type of message that our young players want to hear, because they're not here to be playing due to patronizing reasons. They want to play because of their merit. They want to play because the manager believes in them, and I think that's the best approach to have. Of course, comparisons were made between him and Ole Solskjaer. I don't understand why. In the video with Alex Goldberg, you can hear our thoughts and opinions on this, but Lampard was saying, listen, he feels it a bit more, because even though, to end on the final two questions, he was asked about Mason Mount and Tomori, and Lampard said that, you know, they were great for him last year, very good, he could rely upon them, and he says that not everyone can stay due to how big the squad is, which is very realistic. So it seems like obviously pre-season is going to be very big for the young players, trying to make a name for themselves in the first team. So Lampard is basically telling them, yo, it is going to be like this. If you want to play for this team, prepare to work hard and prove yourself. And to end on the final question, Lampard was asked how he feels about becoming the new manager, and Lampard said it was a great feeling. And on that note, you guys, I'm going to end today's video. Please like, comment and subscribe. I'm Nini FC. This is Beeline CV, signing out.